Here with head men's basketball coach David Greer as he gets ready to begin the season. Practice starts Sunday. Overall, pretty good season last year, 16 wins, return to the postseason. What were your biggest takeaways from last season?
Well, obviously, I was impressed with our leadership and Mike Lewis and Clark Bishop. Those guys have been in the program for 4 years, done an outstanding job. But, just seeing the growth of Marcus Moore, Chuck Key, and those guys who came in as freshmen, and they'll be seniors this year, so we're expecting big things from them.
Speaking of that group of returning, you got Chuck Key, you got Marcus Moore, Ronald Booth, George Spencer. Talk about that group and what they bring to the table individually. Chuck Key was a first-team All-GLIAC selection last year, so I imagine you're going to lean on him a little bit this year.
Well, Chuck made the biggest strides, probably just from an attitude standpoint. He always had the talent, but he just made up his mind that, he wanted to be a great player. And truly, he took some big steps last year. Started to demand some double teams. I always say you're not a player until they have to double team you. And Chuck did a great job of rebounding and being an inside presence for us. And Marcus Moore, I thought, had an outstanding season. He's had an outstanding career. He's just a stat stuffer. He's great at assists. He rebounds the basketball, and he can score the basketball. And he's a good defender, and we'll be relying on him a lot. George Spencer had a great year. George Spencer is a very good outside shooter, and George is a very good rebounder also. We need to pick up his defense a little bit, and we're expecting big things from him. And Ronald Booth is a really aggressive player, likes to score the basketball a lot. We're trying to get him to be more of a playmaker, but Ronald, had some big games for us last year, and certainly can make big baskets, and has done an outstanding job for us.
Expectations coming into this season are high. You got that group of seniors and you got that group of returning letter winners. What are your goals, maybe 2 or 3 goals for this team?
Well, obviously, anytime you start a season, your goal is to win a championship, and certainly we think we've got the ability to do that. But the league is very loaded. We got a lot of teams with a lot of returning starters. Obviously, Fair State is a very good basketball team, and Lake State returned all their players, and Michigan Tech had an outstanding year, and Ashland is very good. So, and among other teams. So, even though we lost some very good teams in Finley and those guys going to the other league, it'll still be a great league and very tough. But our goal is to just get better every game. Like I said, we've had these guys for 4 years. They certainly know what it takes. They had their rough spots and, had a little bit of success last year. And basically, we're just trying to build on that.
To finish up talking about that little bit of success, what do you think the whole team and the whole program learned from that little bit of success last year?
Well, obviously, we got up to a great start. We started fast, and then we hit that little lull there. And obviously, when you get into conference play where you got to play people in the league twice, teams that scout you really well, really those games come down to toughness and who can force their will on the other team. And but we had our chances last year. We lost a couple tough games here at home, and that put us behind the 8 ball, but was able to make up those games on the road. So we expect our guys to go out and compete every time and give a great effort and play together. Obviously, our stable is defense. We lay our hat on defense, and I think, having these guys for 3 years, they understand the importance of defense and rebounding, and hopefully that'll pay off for us. Again, we'll be tested. We'll play a very tough schedule. Whenever you got seniors, you're supposed to let them play against the best, and certainly we play Bellarmine and Kentucky Wesleyan, Addison Brighton, and Lewis, and those teams right there. You want to test them and put them to the challenge.